we could see that the change we'd been looking at was actually part of a pattern. And it was a pattern that was unfolding on a level that we simply could not see from our perspective of where we were in that cymatics image. And I think that is a very powerful metaphor for what's happening in the world today. If we, and it's easy to be inundated with media 24/7, with very biased perspectives, inundating us to see these very specific ways of looking at the world. But if we can take a breath, take a deep breath, step back, look at the big picture, I think what we're going to find is we are living this pivotal, rare, precious moment in the history of civilization and of human evolution, the evolution of consciousness. Because we're being asked to think and live differently, more so now than perhaps we ever have in our lifetimes, for sure, so that we can accommodate that change. And the important thing about the chaos is when the system breaks down to chaos, it doesn't always go back to square one, like you have to start all over. The chaos gives way to more complex system, a higher order, a more beautiful pattern if you're looking at the cymatics. And I think it's important to have that visual anchor for people when they think about what's happening in their own lives and in their world today.
Well, I also agree with you because, as I said, if you just look out the window and you look at what's going on,
energy is all there is. You know, there is nothing else. I want every human being on the planet to know how to do this. Everybody on this planet is already a healer because you carry it in your DNA. When you really experience the results yourself of what you can do for yourself, it awakens that a spirit of wonder and hope and joy. I've been teaching this and having a practice for 40 years, and I'm still thrilled. It's like, oh my God, it works. When I was very, very sick from the time I was 16 until about 31, I got myself well from multiple sclerosis when I was told not only would I never walk, I wasn't going to live because all my organs were breaking down. I mean, I'm so much healthier now than I was when I was young. So I am telling you, whatever state you're in, you can get better. You'll see ways to lift yourself up out of stress and pain, how to get out of depression, how to feel better. Just feel better.
It could scare the heck out of you. And the simple reality is, but if you understand what's going on, then you look out the window and go, this is good, because this is going to help us get into this other more sustainable place. And it's very important to comment on what you said. It was a very important point, and that is, everything doesn't have to fall apart. Evolution takes what was really good and passes it along, but the things that are corrupt are the things that will not go from, evolution A into evolution B. So some things are indeed falling down, and they need to fall down, as you mentioned. Yeah. And other things are going to go right through because they've always been that way and they're consistent and good.
You know, as scientists, I agree. And as scientists, we have the benefit of having the training and the discipline to think as scientists, but also the open, I like to say I have an open mind, but not a gaping mind. So my mind is open to new ideas that are based on something that I know to be true, but not just any willy-nilly idea or theory, conspiracy theory, whatever that happens to come along. And so where this is really interesting to me is we have these perspectives as scientists in the discipline, and we also have the vocabulary so that we can look at scientific and technical journals that a layperson sometimes may not be able to interpret or understand well because it's written in almost a foreign language. And those new discoveries of the best science of the 21st century are actually supporting all the ideas that you and I have talked about when it comes to nature's based in cooperation versus competition, and the reason for chaos to give way to a higher order, where the old ideas, the Darwinian ideas of evolution are breaking down. We keep seeing discovery after discovery after discovery that is validating those ideas that we've been sharing for over 20 years. And I just want to give you the opportunity. Are there any discoveries that really come to mind